Grade 10, this is for you. This is the chapter 6, section 3, Mendel and heredity. For your information, Mendel was the scientist who laid all the ground rules for genetics. He was the one who grabbed the attention of the whole world about genetics, about how traits are inherited. So what are traits? Traits are the distinguishing characteristics that are inherited. For example, your hair color is a trait, your hair texture is a trait, your skin color, your skin texture, your height, all of these are traits. And genetics is the science that is studying these traits. Mendel did all his experiments in a monastery garden because he was a monk, and he was originally a mathematician. So what he did was crossing the plants, and crossing means mating the plants. Okay, so he was crossing the plants and counting the offsprings. Offsprings are the generations that result from the cross. So he was crossing the plants and he was checking the numbers and the shapes and the colors of the plants that he was crossing. And by this he started making assumptions and he started making conclusions about these plants. Okay, why did he choose the pea plants? Mendel chose the pea plants for his experiments because they reproduce quickly, so he could easily control how they mate. And also the sex organs of the pea plant, the pea flowers, they contain both male and female organs. So in nature, the pea flower typically self-pollinates. Self-pollinates means that the plant reproduces by itself. That is, the plant mates with itself. So if a line of plants has self-pollinated for long enough, what do we get? You get a purebred plant. What is purebred? You all know. If, for example, you're getting a puppy, you're choosing a certain breed. You're picking, for example, a husky. You want a German shepherd. You want a dachshund. Whatever you pick, what are you going to ask about? You're going to ask about the parents. Were the parents also German shepherds? Were the parents also husky? Why are you asking about the parents? Because you want to make sure that the dog you're getting is purebred. This is exactly what Mendel was doing in the garden. He was crossing the plants long enough with itself to make sure that he's getting a pure color. And then he started crossing different colors. What did Mendel look for? Mendel was looking for the pea shape, the pea color, the flower color, the pod shape, the pod color, the flower position, and the plant height. These are the things that Mendel was checking for when he was making his experiments about genetics. Okay, and then he started. The first part was crossing the flowers. He crossed a purple flower with a white flower. Okay, so he crossed a purebred purple flower with a purebred white flower. Okay, what do we call the first, the parents? We call them the parental generation or P generation. The resulting offsprings, they are called F1 generation. So P generation are the parents and the F1 generation are the offsprings. Okay, so first of all, he crossed the white with the purple colors. The resulting offsprings, what did he get in the first generation? He got all purple flowers. So the white flowers, the trait for the white flowers seemed to disappear at this point. So what did he do? He took the offsprings of this first generation, which were all purple, but they came from purple and white parents, and then he crossed them once again. Okay, what did he get when he crossed them once again? He started getting mixed colors. He got 25% white colors and then 75% purple colors. Again, so Mendel started with the flower color. He crossed purple and white flowers. In the first generation, he only got purple colors. And then he went to cross the purple colored flowers that resulted from the first generation, which actually had purple and white parents. When he did this, he got mixed purple and white flowers. He got 75% I got 75% purple flowers and he got 25% white flowers. By doing this, Mendel did highlight a very important thing, that some of the traits are dominant. Dominant means that they always appear regardless of the traits in front of them. Okay, so some of the traits are dominant, some of the traits are recessive. Recede means go back. So the recessive traits, they go back when they are meeting a dominant trait. So he concluded that some of the traits are dominant, which means that they always appear, and some of the traits are recessive, and we said recede means go back. So recessive traits, they go back when they are meeting a dominant trait. They let the dominant trait dominate and appear. Okay, by doing all of this, he got to his first law. His first law is called the law of segregation. Okay, according to Mendel's first law, the organisms inherit 2 copies of each gene. If you have black eyes, the color of your eyes are black, this means that you got these genes from both of your parents. The color of your skin is represented by a gene from your father and a gene from your mother. And all of your genes, they are represented by a presentation from your father and a presentation from your mother. So you get genes from both parents, but the trait, the net result is the color that you get at the end. So the organisms, according to Mendel's first law, organisms inherit 2 copies of each gene, 1 from each parent. Organisms donate only 1 copy of each gene in their gametes. So in the sex cells, because we already said that the sex cells, they have half the number of chromosomes, you have 1 copy of the gene. Okay, so the 2 copies of each gene segregate or separate during the gamete formation. So Mendel's first law is responsible for us understanding the fact that the organisms inherit 2 traits, and these organisms, they donate only 1 copy of each gene in their gamete. That's it for this part of the lesson. Next time we're going to do chapter 6, section 4.